Good morning, students. Today, in this lecture, we will learn about inverse Z transform. What are the methods which is used for to find the inverse Z transform? Let's enter into the session. Inverse Z transform, which means the process of finding x of n from its Z transform, that is x of Z. So we call it as inverse Z transform. It means the procedure for transforming from Z domain to time domain. It's called inverse Z transform. So Z domain to time domain. X of Z to X of N. So this process we call it as inverse Z transform. Okay. So X of Z, so it tends to X of N. So procedure for transforming from Z domain to time domain, we call it as inverse Z transform. Okay. So for we have discussed about Z transform. The process of transforming from time domain to Z domain. So that is the definition of Z transform. Okay. So these are the difference between Z transform pair and this one is inverse Z transform pair. Are we clear? So the process of finding x of n from its Z domain, we call it as inverse Z transform. Right. So what are the methods which is used for find out the inverse Z transform? So first one is long division method. Okay, first one long division method. Second one partial fraction expansion method, that is PFE. We call it as PFE. Then residue method. Then contour integration method. So these are the four different methods which is used for to find the inverse Z transform. Okay. So what is Z transform? So Z transform means it is defined the procedure for transforming from time to Z domain is called it as Z transform. What is inverse Z transform? It means the procedure from transforming from Z domain to time domain. So it is called it as inverse Z transform. So what are the methods which is used for to find the inverse Z transform? So one is long division method and another one is partial fraction method. Third one is residue method and fourth one is contour integration method. Let us see one by one how to find out this inverse Z transform by using long division method. Okay. So first method is, see, our x of Z can be expressed as, so x of Z can be expressed as x of Z equal to the ratio of numerator part of Z divided by denominator part of Z. Isn't it? So this is our x of Z can be expressed as in this form, numerator by denominator. So numerator it consists of B0 plus B1 Z inverse plus B2 Z power minus 2 plus B3 Z power minus 3 up to Bm Z power minus m divided by denominator part of Z is starting from 1 plus A1 Z inverse plus A2 Z power minus 2 plus A3 Z power minus 3 plus up to An Z power minus n. Our format may be like this only. Okay, our given x of Z can be expressed as in the form of numerator part of Z divided by denominator part of Z. Okay, so your answer become like this. Okay, you can get x of 0 plus x of 1 Z power minus 1 because here also it contains x of 0 into Z power 0 because anything power 0 you know that value should be 1. So for that I omit this one. So here we have x of 0. Start from x of 0 plus x of 1 Z power minus 1 plus x of 2 Z power minus 2 plus x of 3 Z power minus 3 goes on. Okay, so our x of Z can be expressed like this format only. So this is the format for to express your x of Z. Okay, okay. Now let us see the problems. by using long division method, find the inverse Z transform, right? Question will be x of Z equal to Z plus 0.2 divided by Z plus 0.5 into Z minus 1. Look at this expression. Our expression x of Z can be expressed as numerator part of Z divided by denominator part of Z, right? Numerator part of Z divided by denominator part of Z, right? Now, given x of Z equal to Z plus 0.2 divided by Z plus 0.5 into Z minus 1. So, which is equal to, so numerator part of Z, I keep as it is, Z plus 0.5, 2 divided by, so denominator can have the two product term, no? So I just multiply these two terms. So first I bring take this Z as a common term, multiplier, and I multiply with remaining terms. Okay, so Z into Z square. Then Z into 1 Z, that is minus Z. Next thing is take it as 0.5. So plus 0.5 Z, 0.5 Z, minus 0.5. So your answer become, here it will be mistake, right? So Z, see, Z into Z square. Oh, so here plus 0.5 Z, okay. Next, minus Z. So this term become minus, not plus, here minus. Okay. So minus Z. So minus Z plus 0.5. So it become minus 0.5. Isn't it? So this two term become minus 5. So minus 0.5 is at minus 0.5. Right. Now this is your x of z. You bring out this format. Numerator by denominator. Whatever form it will be given in your problem, you just bring out this format. Okay, then only you can apply fusion method. Right. This is the rule. Right. First long division method. See this long division method. First, you have to take your multiply numerator part of z. That is z plus 0.2. So this is taken as inside. Okay, z plus 0.2. So denominator part is dividend is z square minus 0.5 z minus 0.5. Okay. Now, first you have to divide this two. First is z, here is z square. Okay, I will give you some tips for to divide this result. Right. See, first you have to take the first step. So here the first term is z, here the first term is z square. Okay, so numerator by denominator. So it means z, numerator is z, denominator is here z square. So z by z square. What do you get? So this is 1 times it will be cancelled. So you can get 1 by z. 1 by z is nothing but z inverse. So your multiple term is z inverse. I can take it as z inverse here. Okay, quotient term will be z inverse. Right. This z inverse is multiplied with your all these terms. Right. So z inverse into z square. So z inverse into z square is z power minus 1 into z square. So it means the exponent term. Okay, here the factor is equal, no? So z domain, this is also z. But power factor term, look at the factor term, exponent term. So now it should be added. This is the rule. So 2 minus 1, it became 1. Okay. So z by 1 into z square is answer became z power 1. So I put here z power 1 minus, so z inverse into 0.5 z. So minus 0.5. So any z power minus 1 here plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 it became 0. Anything power 0, 1. So I take it as minus 0.5. Next minus z inverse into 0.5, 0.5 into z inverse. Okay, this is the first term. Next thing is second step will be change the sign here, right? Because here you have get plus sign, no? So now it became minus. So here you have minus, so I change it into plus. So here you have minus, here I change it into plus. Okay. Now divide two, separate these two, right? See, z minus z7. So first term will be cancelled out. So second term 0.2 plus 0.5, it becomes 0.7. Next plus 0.5 is z inverse. Now this is your second. Okay. Now let us take this is first term, no? So I don't know which elements I have to put it here. Okay. So for that I will take it as this 0.7 as your numerator. First step will be 0.7. So 0.7 divided by, here the first term will be z square. So 0.7 divided by z square. It means 0.7 into z power minus 2. So I take it as the quotient. 0.7 into z power minus 2. So take it as these two this value and multiply with all the terms. So what do you get? 0.7. Here z square, here z power minus 2. So z square into z power minus 2, power term will be added, no? So minus 2 plus 2, 0. So z power 0. Z power 0 is always 1. So answer became 0.7. Minus, second term, plus into minus, it became minus. 0.7 into 0.5, 0.35. So here z power minus 2, here is z. So it became z power minus. Okay, minus 1. Next, 0.7 into 0.5, 0.35 is z power minus 2. So now change the sign. Here plus, I change it into minus. Here minus, I change it into plus. Here minus, I change it into plus. So these two terms will be cancelled. So you can get 0.5 plus 0.35, 0.85. So 0.85 is z inverse plus 0.35 is z power minus 2. Now in this factor, so take it as first term as a numerator term. That is 0.85 is z inverse. So 0.85, okay, is z inverse divided by, here denominator is z square. First term will be z square. So what do you get? So this z square, when it comes here, it became z power minus 2. So it means 0.85. Okay. So e to the power of minus 2 minus 1. Okay. This when it comes to minus 2. So minus 1. Sorry. So z square, no, 0.85 is z inverse divided by z square. So when it comes to here, z power minus 2, z cube. Okay. So z 0.85 is z cube. Point 0.85 is z cube. So I take this here 0.85 as a term into z power minus 3. Right. So now I take this multiply these two terms. 0.85 is z power minus 3 into square. So it becomes minus 1. So when it comes multiply with this term, it becomes minus 2. When it multiply with this term, it becomes minus 3. Is z power minus 3. Okay. So finally change the sign. So these two terms will be cancelled. Finally you can get 0.775 z power minus 2 plus 0.45 z power minus 3. Finally, we have to write down the x of z expression. So x of z equal to z inverse plus 0.7 z power minus 2 plus 0.85 z power minus 3 plus etc. It will be continuously going up, not ending with the 0 because it is infinite duration. No? So mostly it will be continue only. So I put dot dot dot. Okay. So now find out the x of n value. Right. So x of n value, that is x of z equal to, or the definition of z transform is x of n z power minus n. Okay, just compare with this here. Right. Now it become, suppose when I n, okay, n equal to 0, it became x of 0 into z power 0. Next, plus x of 1 z power minus 1. X of 2 is z power minus 2. You just compare these two equations, you find out the x of 0 value. So here x of 0 value is, here when compared with this one, x of 0 is, there is no z0 here, so 0. Next, x of 1 value, coefficient z power 1 is, x of 1 coefficient is 1, so I take this 1. Next, x of 2 is 0.7, x of 3 is 0.85, plus x of 4, etc. goes on. So we have to find out the inverse Z transform, that is x of n value you find out from given x of z. So this is the procedure for to find out the inverse Z transform by using long division method. Okay. So second, let's move on to second problem. So see the same problem. Okay. Just look at this equation. X of z equal to z by z minus 3 into z minus 4. Okay. So in previous problem, z plus 0.2 divided by z plus 0.5 into z minus 0.1. So here same procedure only. Okay. So I factor into product these two terms. So I will get z square minus 7z plus 12. Right. So numerator what is z? Denominator what is z square minus 7z plus 12. Right. So here in this term, then previous one I take it as z square. So higher order factor division term will be, you start from higher order factor. But in this problem, you just compare here, you start from last term, constant term. So 12 minus 7z plus z square. It means descending order, isn't it? So what is the difference is here? Here x of z final result will be, you can get the negative power of the z. Z inverse plus 0.7 z power minus 2 plus 0.85 z power minus 3. Here in this factor, okay, the result will be plus, that is positive power. Okay, you just compare these two problems. So you find out which one is causal and which one is non-causal. Okay, that is a condition here. X of n is here in the first problem. X of n is causal. Suppose sometimes your question may be asked like this. That is, by using the long division method, find the inverse Z transform. Okay, first subdivision one, if X of Z is causal. Second one is if X of Z is anti-causal. Likewise, they will be asking. Okay, so for that, causal means you can get the negative power of the Z. So your Z power should be the negative power. But X of n is causal means positive power of the Z. Am I clear? Okay, if X of n causal means your answer should be get negative power of the Z. If X of n is anti-causal means positive power of the Z. Right. So the difference between these two diagram, right? So look at this problem. By using long division method, determine the inverse Z transform. X of n is causal. If X of n is, look at this problem. As it is, I keep it as it is. Divided. Okay, both us take it as it is. So here 1 plus 2 z inverse inside the term. I put it as inside the term. So denominator is 1 minus 2 z inverse plus z power minus 2. So I keep it as it is. It starts from 1 onwards. But if x, your answer became x of z negative power of z, you can get negative power of z. So your answer became x of 0 is 1, x of 1 4, x of 2 is 7, like this. So you put arrowhead at the initial point, origin point. So n greater than or equal to 0. It means n greater than or equal to 0. So your answer became causal. Your given system is said to be causal. Right. Suppose anti-causal is n less than 0. So your arrowhead is comes at a least point. So it means here this problem. So I put the arrowhead is here. It means least point. The origin point is 0 here. So left hand side we can have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, up to minus infinite. So it means minus infinite is non-causal. For non-causal, I take it as, see, listen this second term. So here this will be the rule. Okay, you should be aware about that while solving this problem. So problem is easy only. Long division method, you just look like division method only. But here inside this problem with difficulty is, you just find out this causal and non-causal. Whether the problem is asking comes under causal sequence or non-causal sequence. For that, you never made done any mistake here. Okay. So listen, if x of it is non-causal, okay, I keep this like this. First, you have to take down the highest power of the z to know it. So 2z inverse plus 1. So it means 2z inverse plus 1 into z power 0. So from negative to positive. Okay. So it means minus infinity to 0. This is a non-causal condition. Right. So second thing. Similarly here also. Here also you can change it. So here denominator 1 plus 2 minus 2 z inverse plus z power minus 2 no. So it will be changing into first minus 2 will come here. Next minus 1 followed by 0. Isn't it? This is anti-causal. Right. So look at this second. Now our problem. So here our problem is it our problem? Let's be right. Yeah. So first problem is said to be causal sequence. So take score problem also. You have to also you can also able to find out this result. Okay. So x of n is causal sequence. So for x of n is causal, look at this problem. If x of n is causal, if x of n is causal, okay, if x of n is here causal, it means first power is start from highest power, because Casual sequence means n greater than or equal to 0. Okay, from 0 to infinite. It goes on infinite. Okay, your sequence should be flowing to 0 to infinite. So here 0 to infinite z square 0.5 z, then it will be goes on. Okay, but your quotient should be, listen this, so all the power of the z should be, the comes under the negative power of the z. Okay, so when the system set to be causal means they get negative power. Your equation, that is x of 0 power, so x of 1 is z power 1, x of 2 is 0.7, x of 3 is 0.5. Okay, so this is the procedure for to find out the long division method by using when x of n is causal. Suppose if x of n is non-causal, so in this problem x of n is non-causal, what do you have? N less than 0. N less than 0 means it starts from minus infinite to 0. So when the minus infinite to 0, so all the power of this become positive power. Okay, all the power of z become positive power. Then it comes into non-causal. This is a trick for you. Causal means here negative power, and here positive power. Okay. See, in second problem, anti-causal. So for that, I mentioned like this. So here you have z square minus 7z plus 12. Okay, it will be written like this. First 12, then minus 7z, then plus z square, descending order. Right. So first numerator is z. So z by 12, z by 12. So take it as quotient is z by 12. Okay. So this multiplier is z by 12, multiply with this whole term. So now it will become z by 12 into 12. So 12 cancelled, you can get z. Minus z by 12 into minus 7 z. So minus 7 z square. Okay. So minus 7 z square divided by 12. Next, plus z by 12 into z square. So it becomes z cube by 12. So now change the sign here. So plus become minus, minus become plus. So first two term will be cancelled. So second term will be 7 z square by 12 minus z cube by 12. Just take this first term, 7 z square by 12 divided by 12. Okay, what do you get? 7 z square divided by 12 into 12, 144. So 7 z square 144. So I keep it here. 7 z square by 144. So now I multiply with this term here. So 7 z square by 144 into 12. So it becomes 7 z square by 12. So minus. So because here minus, so I put here minus. So 7 into 7, 49. So 49 is a cube by 144. Plus 7 in plus into plus, so I put here plus. So 7 is a power 4 divided by 144. Now change the sign here. Plus become minus, minus become plus. So first two term will be cancelled here. So remaining, you just add this term z cube by 12 plus 49 z cube by 144. Okay, what do you get? 49 z cube by 144 LCM, right? So when you get 37 z cube by 144. See how I'll get this step means here plus 49. Okay, plus 49 divided by 144. Here minus. So minus z cube divided by 12. Okay. Now take the LCM here. So I will take this LCM is 144. Here you get 49 yes 144 divided by 12, 144 divided by 12, 12 times, isn't it? So 12. So 12 cube. So your answer become 49 minus 12. So 49 minus 12 is 37. Isn't it? 37 is a cube divided by 144. 7 plus 2, 9, 3 plus 1, 4, right? So answer will be 37 z cube divided by 144. Okay, am I clear here? Right. So now second time will be 7 z power 4 divided by 144. Now 37 z cube divided by 144. So here the product term will be Z. So 37 Z cube divided by 144. See, divided by 12 now. So I put it as 37 divided by 1728 cube. Get this because here 37 is a cube divided by 144. So 37 is a cube divided by 144. Numerator divided by denominator is 12. So 12 into 144. 12 into 144. So answer is 1728. Now answer became 37 divided by 1728 is a cube. Put it as here and repeat as this is a multiplied term. So 37 divided by 1728 multiply with these two terms. Okay. So 37 divided by 1728 is a cube into 12. Okay. So it became 37 is a cube divided by 144 minus. Likewise, you have to take like this. Finally, write down the result. X of z equal to 1 by 12 z plus 7 by 144 z square plus 37 17 all the quotient term. Right. So I take this here. Then for non-causal, no, this sequence as well. So now you can get the result will be positive power of the z, right? So positive power of the z. How I can say it is a positive means if you have any doubt, we just compare with the standard format. So standard format for non-causal is summation x of n is for minus 1, but the limit should be minus infinity to 1 because n less than 0. No, causal is when the system is said to be causal. The condition is n less than 0. So n less than 0 means it starts from minus infinite and end with a minus 1. So limit become minus infinite to minus 1. So when I substitute here, it becomes x of minus infinite, x of minus infinite. When I expand this term, n equal to minus infinite, it becomes x of minus infinite z power plus infinite. So positive term plus etc. goes on. Okay, plus x of minus 1 z power minus 1 into 1 plus 1. Okay, etc. up to minus 1. So you start from minus infinite to minus 1. Now you just compare with this equation with our expression. So here x of infinite term is given. No. So I could put 0. Right. So next x of here positive power of the z. So here positive power of the z means z power 1. It means x of minus 1. So x of minus 1 is 1 by 12. 1 by 12. X of minus 2. The coefficient is 7 by 144. X of minus, the coefficient is 37 by 1728. X of minus 4. It will be goes on, etc. So the first problem is by using causal. Second one is taken as non-causal. Okay. I hope now you understand this problem. How to solve the long division method by using when the x of n is causal and x of n is non-causal. X of n is causal means fixed is power of the z. X of z power of the z is expressed as negative power. But non-causal x of z power is represented as positive power. So this is a case of x of n causal and x of n non-causal, right? So this is also by using the long division method. Take it as homework problem. X of z equal to 1 plus x of z equal to 1 plus z inverse plus 2 z power minus 2 plus 3 z power minus 3 by 1 plus 2 z inverse plus 3 z power minus 2, right? So numerator term is kept as it is and denominator term will be taken as in the dividend part. So as usual, doing this, finally you can get this negative power. So negative power means causal. So you put the arrowhead. So finally you have to write down this sequence also, x of n sequence, right? So here x of n sequence is you started from right. X of 0 is here 1. I put here 1. X of 1 is the coefficient of z power minus 1. So coefficient of z power minus 1 is minus 1. Next x of 2 is coefficient of z power minus 2. That will be minus 3, etc. So you put arrowhead at initial point. So if you put here initial point, our given signal is not causal signals. Okay, because it starts from 0 to infinite. So causal. Suppose if I put arrowhead here in this place means non-causal, right? So you should keep this important points in your mind. When the x of n is causal and when the x of n is not causal. If it is causal, how to write the x of n expression? Okay, how you will get the x of z, whether it is positive power of z or negative power of the z, right? So this is long division method. Next we move on to partial fraction method. That is PFE method, partial fraction expression method. So in this method, our h of z, that is transfer function, isn't it? So first thing is you have to decompose it into sum of the standard function, right? So this is your transfer function, a naught plus a1 z inverse plus a2 z power minus 2 goes on divided by z minus p1, z minus p2 up to z minus p. So all are factored, p1, p2 to the whole should be pn. Okay, now this expression can be rearranged as like this. Okay, so first factor term is a naught, take it as outside, a naught plus a1 by z minus p1 plus a2 by z minus p2 plus an by z minus pa. Your format may be like this. That is partial fraction expansion method. That is our given such of z can be decomposed into sum of standard function, right? So this is the partial fraction. Now let's see there how to solve this problem. Partial fraction problem. Any doubt after this? Any doubt? Okay, look at this problem. Find x of n using partial fraction expansion method. If x of z equal 1 plus 3 z inverse divided by 1 plus 3 z inverse plus 2 z power minus, right? So solution should be given x of z equal to 1 plus 3 z inverse divided by 1 plus 3 z inverse plus 2 z power minus 2. So this is taken as equation number 1. Now to eliminate the negative power of z, because our factor terms, we want to convert our x of z domain into some standard format, right? So that is a naught plus a1 by z minus p1 plus a2 by z minus p2. So if you solve this, approach this problem, if x of z, power of the z domain is positive power, means it is easy for you. Okay, for partial fraction method, you keep it as your power of z is positive power. If you take it as negative power, it will take more complex for you. Okay, that is the reason for I convert into negative power into positive power, right? So look at this, your given term. Your given term, it will be expressed in negative power. So I can change it into the positive power. Okay. So what is the procedure for to change this negative to positive is you just find out the highest power of the z, right? So to eliminate the negative power of z in equation number 1, we multiply both numerator and denominator by z square, because here you just find out, observe it. Okay, so here's the highest power of this power of z is 2. So I take it as multiply by numerator and denominator by highest power, that is power. So z minus 2 means I multiply and divided by z square. Suppose in this place you have 3, z power minus 3 means you just multiply z power cube on both numerator and denominator. Okay, that is the rule, right? Now x of z equal to z square plus 3z divided by z square plus 3z plus 2. How will getting? You multiply the z square on numerator as well as denominator. When I multiply here z square, it becomes z square. 180 z square is z square plus 3 into z square into z inverse, it becomes z. So divided by denominator, z square into 1 is z square plus 3 into z square into z inverse, so it becomes z plus 2 into z power minus 2 into z square. So z power 0, answer become 1, so plus 2. Okay, now it will be changed into positive power. Now it will be easy for you. Okay, further you will proceed the partial fraction method, it will be easy for you, right? So first term is I bring out z on this numerator. Okay, take it as you have z. So when I bring out x z from numerator plus 3. Okay, if you have 8 out, you just cross multiply this term. Z into z square plus 3z divided by denominator, factorize this term. So 2. So 1 into 2. So z plus 1, z plus 2. So z plus 1 into z plus 2. Right. Now x of z, this z will come here. So x of z by z equal to z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. Am I clear? Right. X of z by z. You keep it as here denominator by z. You keep it as this z value here. Okay. So a by partial fraction. So a by z plus 1 plus b by z plus 2. Now this equation we find out the a and the b value. Okay, when you want to find out a calculate value, so a which is equal to a pole is here z plus 1 into x of z by z. At z equal to this one. At z equal to minus 1. This is very, very important. Here there will be changing. Okay, z equal to -1. Now z plus 1 into x of z by z is this term. So z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2 at z equal to -1. Okay, now this two term will be cancelled out. Z plus 3, z plus 2. So when z equal to -1, substitute here. So plus 1, 3 minus 1, 2. So answer become 2 divided by 2 minus 1 is here when z equal to minus, so 2 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 1, 2. So answer become a equal to 2. A equal to 2. So this is your result. Okay. Yeah, a equal to 2. You got it. Right. You got my point, isn't it? So b equal to second pole. So b pole is z plus 2. I give it as z plus 2 into x of z by z at z equal to, you put it as this line. Okay. This is your line. So at z equal to, here pole is z plus 2, no? So z plus 2 equal to 0, z equal to -2. Okay. Z plus 2 and z plus 2 cancel. So here also z equal to -2. You put it down here, -2. Now z plus 3 divided by 1. Okay. -2, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 2, 1 divided by -2 plus 1, -1. So 1 divided by -1, it become -1. So b result will be -1. Okay. So now you substitute this a and b value there. Substitute a and b value there. What do you get? X of z by z equal to 2 divided by 1 plus -1 divided by z plus 2. Right. So x of z divided by z equal to 2 divided by z plus 1. Here plus minus become minus 1 divided by z plus 2. Here denominator you have z, no? Now you allow this z into right hand side. So this denominator part of the z, when it comes at the numerator left hand side, it will just sit at numerator part of a term, isn't it? So 2 into z by z plus 1 minus 1 into z by z plus 2. So now take the inverse z transform, because I want to find out the inverse z only. Okay. So inverse z transform x of n equal to 2 into z by z plus 1. You know that formula properties, isn't it? So a power n into u of n. The answer becomes z by z minus a. Z by z minus a. So here z by z minus a. So a is here minus a, but here plus 1. So I take it as minus 1. So minus 1 whole power n into u of n. Second term here also minus 2 whole power n into u of n. So answer becomes 2 into minus 1 power n u of n minus of minus 2 whole power n into u of n. This is your x of n sequence. So when compared to the previous one, partial fraction is also very easy for you. Okay, but once you know the logic, right? And also you have to by heart all the z transform problem. That is formula, right? Look at the second problem. I concluded my topic. Take it as this is as a homework problem for you. Same procedure only. I just give you overview. Okay, so that will be given here. So I split up into x of z equal to, all the terms will be positive power, so no problem. No need to convert it into multiply that term, because if it is negative power, there only you have to convert it into positive power. But in our problem, positive power of z is only given. Okay, no problem. I factor this given terms, right? So first step will be dividing the x of z by z. So x of z by z, okay, equal to z square minus 4z plus 5 divided by all the factor term. So here you have the three poles. So a by z minus 1 plus b by z minus 2 plus c by z minus 3. First you have to find out the a value, then b value, then c value. Then finally you substitute the a, b, c value here. Then finally x of z equal to, you can allow this z into right hand side. Get x of z equal to, see, z by z minus 1, z by z minus 2, z by z minus 3. This is nothing but z by z minus a. This is nothing but a power n into u of n. So here a is 1, so 1 power n is 1, so u into u of n. Second term is z by z minus a. This is also a power n into u of n. So here a is 2, so 2 power n into u of n. So here 3, so 3 power n into u of n. N minus n minus 1. Okay, so 3 power n into u of n. You keep it as it is, no problem. Okay, because previous problem here you put minus, but in this problem you have plus only. Because previous problem plus 3, z plus 3. Okay, because formula is z by z minus a only, a power n into u of n. Z by z plus a is minus a power n into u of n. This is your formula. Just note it down. Okay. So far we have discussed about how to determine the inverse Z transform by using partial fraction method as well as long division method. So within this I conclude my topic. So thank you, students. If you have any doubt,